As Democrats resist his policies, Trump is waging a war on judges. Is this destroying the rule of law or saving it? Welcome to America Uncovered. I'm Chris Chappell. Donald Trump and Elon Musk are waging what they call a crusade against the deep state. Did I say Elon Musk? Sorry, he's had a name change.
Elon Musk, who apparently has adopted the alias, at least he changed his social media handle to Harry Balls.
What a ballsy move. As we've seen over the past few decades, aka the last 3 weeks, Trump and Musk have blissed their way through policy after policy, cracking down on everything from birthright citizenship to what they see as wasteful federal spending and useless government employees. And all this was done in a matter of days, with no committees, no approvals, no red tape. If you don't like it, you can suck it through a plastic straw. But according to critics, Trump and Musk are threatening the rule of law and putting democracy under siege. And only Steven Seagal can save us. But he's probably too busy being the Russian tool everyone thought Trump was. I mean, is any of this even constitutional?
Shock and awe assault on the foundations of our democracy.
Autocratic breakthrough.
What they've done is not just mildly illegal, but very, very illegal.
I didn't know there were different levels of illegal, like different spice levels on hot wings. I wonder if there's a lemon pepper illegal. So Democrats took to the courts to slow Trump's steamrolling and block Musk's ballsy Doge bros from accessing government systems. How effective is their strategy? Well, according to Just Security, as of this recording, there are 55 legal challenges to the actions of the Trump administration. So far, they're multiplying faster than a mogwai that got fed after midnight. I bring that up because with the unprecedented changes happening in this country, I'm hopeful we'll finally get a Gremlins 3. And these legal challenges seem to be working. A federal judge ordered an immediate unfreezing of funds. Trump appealed, but the appeals court immediately rejected it. So the legal system can work quickly when it wants to. Something tells me the next 4 years are going to get very hairy. Balls. And so Trump is at war with the courts. He tries to push his agenda through. Judges, mostly appointed by previous presidents, block him. Conservatives are calling these activist judges, rogue judges abusing their power by imposing their will on the country through lawfare to shut down Trump's agenda. Essentially, the left is saying Trump is violating the rule of law, and the right is saying judges are violating the rule of law. I know you are, but what am I? So much easier when a judge is jury and executioner. This is actually a repeat of what happened during Trump's first term.
For every issue from transgender people serving in the military, to climate change, to the 2020 census, to the Keystone Pipeline, these activist judges have waged an assault on Trump's agenda.
From far too many judges who are not honoring their oath, they're not following the law. Instead, they're operating as partisan political activists.
But the political atmosphere today is very, very different, like lemon pepper different. And that atmosphere, which is about 400% more trollish, is pushing to ignore judges. Heck, they're even recommending to go full Andrew Jackson and impeach the judges. That's not how you go full Andrew Jackson. Beating people with a cane, that's full Andrew Jackson.
Yes, I think he should take a page out of Andrew Jackson's playbook.
President Andrew Jackson defied a Supreme Court ruling concerning Cherokees and pushed for forced Native American removals, which led to the Trail of Tears. So are people saying that Trump should start a trail of liberal tears? Hopefully he won't bring back slavery so he can literally own the libs. Some officials are doing just that, ignoring judges' orders. But if Trump just ignores the courts, is he throwing out the rule of law like his critics claim? Well, get ready for some of that America Uncovered nuance. There is a legitimate concern that the judicial branch is interfering with the constitutional powers of the executive and legislative branches of the government. And this debate is not new. Who has the last word on interpreting and executing the law has been a debate since the very beginning of America's founding. I've covered on this show how Supreme Court rulings have had the effect of essentially creating laws, which is supposed to be the job of Congress, the legislative branch. Vice President J.D. Vance tweeted, do we still say tweet? Judges aren't allowed to control the executive's legitimate power. He used the example of how judges can't tell a general how to conduct a military operation or an attorney general how to use her discretion as a prosecutor.
Because these judges are out of line. They don't have the authority to go in and commandeer the presidency and undo the election of November 2024.
Basically, the argument is, who are they to judge? This is an argument even Harvard law experts like Adrian Vermeule agree with, which raises a very important question. Can a small local court that makes decisions for its area issue a ruling, an injunction, that applies to the whole country and affects every American? The clear answer for Trump and his supporters is a loud and resounding no. But court injunctions have been used for a long time to block presidential action. Individual judges and their injunctions stopped George W. Bush from enforcing several environmental regulations. The same thing happened against a bunch of Obama policies, most notably against his DAPA policies. And of course, it happened a gazillion times against Trump in his first term. Heck, it even happened against Biden's student debt relief plans. So injunctions are a crucial barrier to preventing tyranny, or annoying roadblocks from activist hacks. Kind of depends on if your guy is in charge. Now, there are arguments that judicial courts imposing injunctions on Trump's policies go beyond what's within their judicial power. The power to issue binding judgments and to settle legal disputes within the court's jurisdiction, as laid out in the U.S. Constitution. For years, people questioned if they're legal in the first place. One Notre Dame legal scholar argued in a 2017 Harvard Law Review article that nationwide injunctions applying to all people have no basis in Anglo-American legal tradition and that a federal court should not award a national injunction. In his opinion for the 2018 Trump v. Hawaii case, Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas also questioned national injunctions, saying American courts don't provide relief beyond parties to a case, because for most of our history, courts understood judicial power as fundamentally the power to render judgments in individual cases. Right now, this isn't settled, so whether that means Trump is justified in openly defying the courts is up to you to decide. Trump certainly has a tough attitude when it comes to activist judges.
Hundreds of millions of dollars worth, much more than that, in just a short period of time. We want to weed out the corruption, and it seems hard to believe that a judge could say, we don't want you to do that. Well, so maybe we have to look at the judges, because that's a very serious, I think it's a very serious violation.
However, Trump also says that he abides by the courts.
If a judge does block one of your policies, part of your agenda, will you abide by that ruling? Will you comply?
Well, I always abide by the courts, and then I'll have to appeal it. But then what he's done is he slowed down the momentum, and it gives crooked people more time to cover up the books.
So Trump might not be as openly defiant of the courts as some make him out to be. It's not a constitutional crisis so much as a constitutional cramp. Republicans worry about Democrats imposing judicial tyranny via activist liberal judges. Democrats, meanwhile, worry about Republicans imposing executive tyranny via DOJ. Fortunately, not many are worried about legislative tyranny because that would require Congress to actually do something. Depending on how this goes, things could get especially hairy. Balls. This episode required a ton of research to get all that crunchy nuance I know you love. And research requires coffee. Lots of coffee. Help me and my staff get the caffeine we so desperately need by subscribing to our new premium website, AmericaUncovered.tv. You can click on this button that's been on screen, and do you like video games? Of course you do. Check out my recent review of the new game Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Once again, I'm Chris Chappell. Thank you for watching America Uncovered.